Well, good afternoon, King of Prussia, Chick-fil-A. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I wanted to come to you today about an exciting topic, and that is CEM scores. How many of you know what CEM stands for? Well, it's a good question. I'm going to give you the answer. It stands for Customer Experience Monitor. Most of you, or some of you, may not know that name, but you may know about the receipts that print out every once in a while with a survey that guests can fill out. Well, that survey gives us scores, and those scores are the Customer Experience Monitor. And we receive real-time updates on that. And I wanted to bring some of those scores to your attention because we're going to start measuring those more proactively for, honestly, the foreseeable future. Why would we do that? Well, one main reason is because we want to know the score. I'm sure a lot of you, most of you, have played sports in the past, and when you play sports, you keep score of whatever you're playing. None of us want to go to a like an NFL, Super Bowl yesterday. None of us would want to pay the over $5,000 average ticket price if there wasn't a scoreboard. We get excited about a winner, and we don't like just going to watch people pass a football and tackle each other. Or going to an NBA game, you're not going to go unless there's a score. Similarly, in business here at this location, we keep score. And one of those scoring metrics, I guess you could say, is from our guests. They give us a score. And again, that's called the Customer Experience Monitor. So these survey receipts, we're not going to focus on all of the scores. We're just going to focus on 5 main metrics. And they are taste of food, speed of service, order accuracy, overall satisfaction, and then another one called attentive and courteous employees. Uh, Now, most of those are self-explanatory. The taste, it's a question on the survey that literally asks, how did the food taste? And they give us a score from from 1 to 5. Attentive and courteous employees is not as specific. It could be a number of things. It's maybe how fast we approach the guest and greet them, what kind of maybe elevated language we use during the transaction process, whether or not we use the core 4. And if you don't know the core 4, you need to look it up. I talked about speed. That is simple. It's how quickly they perceive their order was fulfilled. Overall satisfaction is, as it says, how generally satisfied were you with the experience. And then the order accuracy, again, is as it sounds, how accurate was your order fulfilled? They could mark us off for not receiving the correct amount of sauces, for not receiving enough napkins, maybe for a mobile order. Anything that was an inaccuracy, they could mark us off. Now, let me clue you in on the score currently. So I have on my computer screen our scores of those 5 metrics year to date, and I want to give you the current scores, and then I'm going to tell you the current chain average, because that's what we are comparing ourselves to, okay? And in most cases, the chain average is just a little bit higher, and so that's why we're starting with that, because I think we as a leadership team think this will be a quick victory for us to reach those goals. Okay, so for overall satisfaction, we at King of Prussia Mall are currently at a 72%. Just think of this like a test at school, 72%, whereas the chain is 76%. So that's overall satisfaction. Taste, we are currently at 73, and the chain is at a 77. So we have about a 4-point goal there to achieve. With speed of service or fast service, the current score for us is 70, and the chain is 73. So 3% opportunity there. Attentive and courteous, this is where we have the most opportunity, is currently here at a 65%. And the chain average is 78. Okay, so that's quite 13 percentage points there. That is the most, I guess, disparate point for us. And then order accuracy is amazing. It's at 99%. And historically, this restaurant has done really well with order accuracy. So keep it up. Great job for you guys. Okay, so what's the action step now? Well, I've got a couple things. One more general and the other specific. One is to, from now on, let's be proactive. How do you think we can improve in these various areas? How can we be faster? How can we provide tastier food? How can we be more attentive and courteous to our guests? And how can we improve their overall satisfaction? And so the action step for you is to brainstorm and talk to me, talk to Scott and Vance and your other leaders about your ideas. And who knows, maybe we'll start implementing those. But we as a team need to think as a team moving forward. How do we improve? And then the specific is that attentive and courteous piece. I told you we have the most opportunity there, and so that's where I want us to focus first. Okay, I always like to talk about like low-hanging fruit. Where's the opportunity? Attentive and courteous is the first one. And so I gave you some homework already. If you were paying attention, you need to know the core four, but more importantly than knowing it, you need to do it. Okay. You've got little stickers in front of all of your cash registers that tell you what the core four is. So use those as a reminder, and that's how we should be interacting with the guests. I'll give you the answer right now. The core four is eye contact, speaking enthusiastically, sharing a smile, and then staying connected with our guests. Okay, so that's core four. Another way to improve, as I said before, attentive and courteous is greeting the guest promptly. Make it a goal to greet the guest within 2 seconds. That's going to require you to pay more attention to the front line. So if we're from now on smiling at least with the guest and greeting them within 2 seconds, I guarantee that will improve their score. But more importantly than all of these scores, it's all about improving the guest experience in general. Okay? So I think as we continue to look at these scores, this is information about what the guests are telling us, and we should utilize this in order to improve their experience so that people will come more often and so that we can build the brand of Chick-fil-A and many more reasons. But if you have any questions, let us know. You can also consult the poster. I'm pointing to it right now, even though you can't tell I'm pointing to that direction, but there's a poster beside the ice machine. Look at that frequently, and we'll update that periodically throughout the week, and hopefully we will all see that those scores will continue to increase and improve. But I'm excited to begin this venture with you of measuring how we're doing via the Customer Experience Monitor, and I look forward to our success. Thanks for listening.